Greetings, esteemed guests. My name is Rosenbruder, and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. In the last episode, we escaped the asylum, which I can't remember the name of, and we have awoken from a nightmare after seeing a fishman, and Officer Braddles, strangely alive after getting stabbed by tentacle dude, is now down there talking to somebody. The doctor, that was it. She was the doctor in the hospital. And the asylum wasn't like a full asylum, I guess. It was in the basement, so she was upstairs or something. Oh, but it's daytime. Oh, there's sunlight. Sunlight in a Cthulhu game? What is this? What is this abomination? Now we're back at the...
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
I think because we're back at the mansion. So I'm wondering if I can explore again. See if there's anything different. Oh, and if I look slightly different today, I have finally bought a new proper lamp. So
how do you feel?
I'm bright and beautiful.
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
I also have a green screen on the way to hopefully counteract all this stuff that's going on. Hopefully.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Braddles.
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Oh, no, that's red, so my occultism isn't high enough to say she was the object of a cult. I could talk to Colden or talk to Bradley. What I mean, sure. I think I'd want to talk to Braddles. You should be dead. Oh, my medical's not high enough. Did see Charles was alive.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
Am I suddenly really
I
small?
have a hard time believing you.
Or did
You
Braddles
were
get
there,
tall?
Bradley. You
Oh, I
lit an
sat down.
open fire on
Right,
him.
there's a chair.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Why can't I ask him, like, I should be able to say, like, oh, you should be... Okay, okay. That's something I gotta stop doing. Putting my hand in front of the light. Okay. You and Dr. Colden?
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
I think I followed that. Your memory seems to be
Bradley.
failing you.
What do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
the rest is quite blurry.
Well, you got
I
stabbed
don't
in the
recall
stomach
how
by
I came back home.
a tentacle man.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel.
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Fine. Let's talk to Colden. Sarah Hawkins was
I
committed.
found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
true. I saw dead
Dr.
bodies.
Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not
Excuse
to
me?
mention those strange machines.
Eyelash on my
chains,
tongue?
and tools of all kind.
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan, and I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Okay. Did Fuller found Riverside?
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Well, I feel like I have more questions, but... which one? What they had me
I have
endure?
flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that
Braddle's up there.
Dr. Fuller
It's that face.
and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs. The pain. I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something.
Sorry, it's a serious moment.
I woke up at
He's
the
just
instant.
distracting me.
Bradley was there.
Who's Bradley?
And how you scared us.
You mean
You
Braddles?
seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
Might be onto a lead.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
He
I'm
got
not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how
squanched.
Mr. Sanders died.
Ooh. So, let's tell her the truth.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Oh, I was hoping to make that decision later. Like, that could be bad, staying, like, not telling her the truth, like, if it comes up. And lying. Or we can distress her quite badly. I think it's better to
He's
tell the
right.
truth.
We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Okay. So we are going to do that. Let's have another look around, because I have a feeling that it's not going to let us explore the rest of the mansion. Most of these are broken. That probably means nothing. Yeah, probably won't let us explore the rest of the mansion. I'm guessing we can talk to them some more.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Just sort
Let
of.
us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so saying leave. So we're going to the Sanders residence. Pierce, Colden, and Braddles decided to team up and solve the Sarah Hawkins case, that they have a new trial to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the Shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Probably going to omit the whole Shambler thing, or try to. Knock knock. Hello.
What can I do for you, sir?
Hey.
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective.
Where'd the sun go?
Let's talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Hey, Cat.
Well, look who's here.
How you doing?
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
Well,
It's a
that's
small
twice
island,
now.
detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him
That's
and
'cause
even
I'm crazy.
talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
He died screaming. That sounds like the right thing to say. Let's do. You must not feel guilty. The psychology, because we.
What happened to your husband is
Have that.
terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason.
I'm looking over
He
there.
suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it
Squeaky
will
chair.
require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your
I didn't
eyes?
say it happened before
Did
my
you not
eyes.
do anything to help him?
Hold to test eloquence. Ooh, that could be tough. Let's try that. Might as well. Let's just risk it all.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective.
I guess
Not
it didn't
everybody
work.
enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
I'm guessing I failed that. They should have a little thing somewhere saying if you failed or not. How do you know Sarah
How
Hawkins?
did you come to meet Sarah Hawkins?
We were the wealthiest and most influential families on Darkwater. Of course we would know each other. And when Charles returned from Europe with his sweet little artist, she and her sinister paintings were destined to catch my husband's eye. He bought many of her works over the last 5 years. They adorn his macabre gallery.
Yeah, they're in the her ledger.
May I ask you what Miss Baker is doing here? How do you know her?
My business with Miss Baker is private, Mr. Pierce.
But you do know what kind of business Miss Baker is in, don't you?
I am no fool. Please believe that much, at least.
Did he speak of you? Did he speak to you of a Shambled?
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
Don't
It
mind
is
if
my
I do.
only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you,
Yep.
Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Cool. There's quite a lot of talk in this episode, so can I play this? It's beautiful. Is she just gonna mind if I...
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his interment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Odd.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Gosh. Why would you have a photo of that, really? Ooh. Ho, ho, ho. Investigation. This lady just gonna mind me just like going through all her stuff while she's right there. Okay, so we saw the teacup.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Possibly.
A house of artists. A house of artists.
Can I leave this area? No.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Okay, because it had a ghoulie in
He
it.
finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
How do I know what the painting looks like already? Okay, what? I've got to stand inside her to do this.
She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why?
Because it's got a
She
monster in it.
first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel?
I mean, I would rather that painting than this one of Irene. Whoops.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
So, no comment on all that stuff I just did? Ooh, medicine. How am I doing with my boys? Oh, I have 7, so I can level up something probably. Yes, I can. What do we want? So we can level something up. Gosh, psychology. I've been using psychology quite a lot. I've been using investigation quite a lot. Strength, not so much. Hidden's been good, but that's already quite high. So we're looking at one of these. Okay, so I'm thinking investigation or psychology. I'm going to go with investigation because I'm thinking that we're kind of sort of getting into that part where we're looking more at clues. And let's plop one down in psychology. Here, do I validate? There we are. Okay, sanity. I got nightmares. Oh, the ritual, death of Francis Sanders, macabre discovery, but I don't have this. That one up here. So what's one of these? Oh, shaken. Oh gosh, here's my sanity. The ordeals you have gone through have left their mark, but you still manage the best you can. You keep your mind busy in order to chase away doubts and painful memories. You still have some way to go. It's where your mind could lead you along the path of sanity. Okay. So I'm guessing I'm like that, doing that thing with the occultism. I let out a scream, so maybe that affected my mind a bit. Gosh, that's weird. Weird paintings. Nope. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna go through your house. Nope, can't use that. Did you see that? It was like, it was red on it and then it... Hold on, see if I can trigger that again. Yeah. The painting moved. Irene, you're freaky.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in the phonograph.
What a recording that Francis Sanders left for his wife Irene. Why would she have that out in the open, and will she object to me plonking it in here?
Irene.
Oh.
I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes.
Can I talk to you about that?
I can't take any more.
Oh.
I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Can I... Nope, can't talk to you. But I'm still going to touch your stuff. Hello! Nope. Weird. Now I'm looking at all the paintings. Hello! It's me.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
An ancient amulet, probably Amerindian. I wonder what its purpose could be. Ooh. Obtained. Huh. Oh. Ha ha ha. More medicine. I think we are getting close to level 3. Yes, just probably one more. Ha ha ha. Let's...
I could use one of those.
Sleeping pills. Were they prescribed to Francis Sanders or to Irene?
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of the guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall, I beg you, my dear friend. Forget the Shambler, your friend, Sarah Hawkins. Interesting.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
This volume spends some time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe of fishmen. Oh, I did it. I think I succeeded a test, finally. Would you read the book? Read the book. Oh, it is kind of encyclopedia of monstrous unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. This will affect your destiny. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
No, you're going to be here.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
That's not gonna... yeah, I'm not here to create problems for you.
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
Miss Sanders knows
There's more than that, Miss Baker.
So people have been talking behind my back. I was almost beginning to like you, Mr. Pierce. But it stays cat for you.
You knew the Sanders?
Irene is a friend of mine.
One of her eyes just moved independently of the other. Like, I really want to ask her why she's doing here, but I don't want to push. What are you doing
And
here?
you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm
gonna
here
push
on
anyway.
business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, you're lovely. Oh yeah, I got the key, so I don't need to open it up. Oh, well, this is just a lovely, lovely place. Of course. Of course. Yes. Yes. This is exactly what every art collector in a Cthulhu game, that's it, would ever
These
collect.
artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
What? Ooh. What? I'm probably going to end up going insane. Why are these flowing? I've got nothing to say about that, apparently. Ooh. Fishman. There's the Shambled painting over there. I'm trying not to look at
The
it.
public entrance to the gallery.
Ooh, so he's got actual entrance. Try not to look
The
at
man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Why are you nasty? Hello? Hello? What secrets do you hide from me? And a bear? Killing a thingy? Yes. Yes. Oh, don't. This place is a bit freaky. Ah, there's more glowing tablet things. What? What? Gross. Gross, gross. Yeah, gross.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Please. Can I? No. I was wondering if I could, like, there'll be a little puzzle in there to sort of like put all the pieces together or something. What's this? Oh, my lantern. Yes, of course. Oh no. Why can I hide in the... Yep. Let's not do that. Let's not make myself go insane just for nothing. But why would I need such hiding places? Okay, so weird face. Alright, let's hit up the Shambled. Shamblers. Why would I need oil as well? Oh, something is about to happen. Hey, Shamble boy, how you doing? Oh yes, of course. Nom nom. Ooh. You nasty. I'm not here. Don't look at it. Bugger.
What the hell was that?
Somewhere here. Oh, yep, that's the thing. Don't look at the monster. Because I'll go insane. Hide in the closet. Where's the closet? Closet. No? What?
I can't even touch it.
Where is it? What am I meant to do? I've got to get out. I can't stay here. Flip! It's seen me. Run! Run! I've got to get this
Damn,
knife
maybe
or something.
I can use this dagger.
See what? Am I meant to fight it? Come on then, sunshine. Nope. 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 Apparently not. Okay.
What the hell was that?
So it's like there's a lot weapons. So he's over there. Don't look at him. But I don't have time to stab the boy. Might be a... Might be a... Ooh. Good. Ooh. What if I use it on the...
Damn. Maybe
Oh, it's
I can
first one.
use this dagger.
So what if I use it on the painting? I'm thinking... I hope this works. Is that it? Oh, ooh.
Damn it!
Nope.
This dagger didn't work.
Fucking give me another dagger. Yeet! 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 Come, please work, please work. No. Shambles, please. Okay, at least we know what
What the hell
we have
was
to do.
that?
One of the daggers in that painting. Don't look at him. Don't look at him, you muppet. Obviously, you gotta be like pretty quick. So I can probably get like 2 done. So what I'm gonna do?
Maybe I can use this dagger.
This one. Lead him on a merry chase. Nope, not that one. Okay.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
Oh, this one looks different. Come on. Come on, Pierce. That's the one. Ho ho ho, he's an angry boy. Ew. Get off me. Get off me.
What's the matter with you?
Oh. I'm just going crazy, don't mind me.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
So my confidence wasn't high enough for that one. No, I just drank a bit too much. I was attacked by a creature. Do I want to sound like a drunk or do I want to sound insane? Let's go insane.
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
Oh! The insane route seems to work. You knew about the monster?
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater.
Guy with all the
He'll tell you all about it.
runes in his
From
hands
what I
and
saw
stuff.
in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
You're giving me this information free of charge. I still owe her a
It's
favor.
not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I
guess
still got things to settle with Irene.
I guess she kind of knows about the monster, so me going in here and beating that boy so that she wouldn't. Alright, Irene, not going to say anything. Nope. The Nameless Bookstore. The Shambler turned out to be much more than a artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the Nameless Bookstore. I'm afraid I'm going to have to end this episode there, sort of running out of time a bit, but that was an interesting episode. Lots of talking at the start there, but we saw our first monster, the Shambler. Yes, I knew about Shamblers from Shamblers I've heard of a couple of times before, so I kind of knew like what they're about really. But the painting was an interesting touch. Like, don't really. It was really pretty good section. It did get a bit after it took me a while to sort of like work out like, oh yeah, I need to stab the dagger into the painting. A bit of trial and error, just running around, just getting the things. So a bit easy to die. Okay, so this has been Call of Cthulhu. I've been Rosenbruder. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful night.